Hello, hello, everyone. Welcome to another Toonkind at 12 FPS game, Snitches with Stitches. I am Noodle or Pasta or Udon or whichever you wish to refer to me as, and today I am joined by.
Me. I am Fletch. I'm going to be playing a horrible little 6-year-old detective uh, who totally isn't salty. Totally.
What reason would he possibly have to be salty? It's not as though, a day or so, a letter arrived to Moria's detective agency, just dropped off, not by the post, just wandered out. There was this letter here that happened to detail your entire adventure in a town called Arvendow on a school night, Camille. Um, so you may have been in a little bit of hot water with Moria for that, just a bit. So,
Totally not
but
salty about
yeah,
that, and totally
no.
isn't about to track a certain beanpole down.
No, it's a wonder. Who could that possibly be? It's not like there's been, talk of some new musician in town. No, not at all. But today is a lovely day in Villestown. And you are a horrible little 6-year-old. What are you doing, Camille?
Let's see. Camille, uh, I always say that he just got out of school, but like that is a thing that he does have to do on a regular basis. uh,
Truth.
but we can say that this time it's the weekend.
Yeah, it's finally the weekend. I
Yeah.
think another question that should be said, because you've had time and you haven't had to go to school, have you been researching? Have you been snooping already?
Um he is a horrible little snoop, so he probably he's honestly probably snooped at least a little bit as revenge.
Fair enough. Would you, uh, let's see how big this number gets, shall we? Will you roll me some investigation just to see what you've already discovered?
Oh boy. Okay, that's what I forgot. I forgot that he has this fancy new crime scene dice for me to use.
Oh, delightful.
Okay, there's D20. No, dog, don't eat it. Okay. So we're off to a good start here.
Let's see, just do I have to unveil all of this? Y- You know? Yeah, yeah, we do. Let's go. Camille, you're a pretty good detective, even though you're 6. This, surprisingly, wasn't too hard to find out things about him because people talk about this dude. And it's easy to just get rumors and stories, and you hear, well, firstly, hear about him being there's a wandering musician, has a pretty bad reputation that seems to stem from somewhere in UPA, which pretty fitting. And that, there's a certain casino he's always at. You had to do a little bit of digging to find out that it's someplace called the Sitting Duck Casino, but eh, nothing crazy about that. You don't see too much. It's just some really fancy casino. And but something probably of interest to you, you notice, is that two things. First, there's talk about how this guy consistently runs away from towns after flocks of crows show up to them. And
That sounds
usually
fun.
a day or two after he's been somewhere, a flock of crows shows up. You also know something else, which may ease your worries about the crows a bit, is that you know they're tied to a very well-known ranger of legendary status because they're this guy's flock of crows. And now we're gonna nerf the child a bit and say, roll me some history to see
Alright.
just how much you know about that.
Yeah. Something that he's not proficient in, finally. Okay, that is a 14. He has been
14?
sufficiently nerfed.
You actually don't get anything else on this. You can just, you know, there's this hero out there, this ranger, who's apparently following Jubilee, maybe? There's something going on there, but you don't quite know who this guy is.
Yeah, that's fair. He's
But yeah,
already
go on.
very sus about this whole situation.
Yeah. But there haven't been any crows in Villestown. There have been sightings and, well, crimes. Crimes, yes. Crimes by a familiar beanpole who I'm assuming Camille is going to go cause problems for.
Oh, you know it. He's gotta do at least a little payback for basically snitching on his.
A little bit.
Just a little bit. He's not vindictive. What are you talking about?
This child petty? No. But
No.
again, 27, you know where to find this guy. You know, there's taverns around. He's pretty set on his walk. He does tend to stay on the opposite side of town from the detective agency. You do know that.
Understandable.
So, roll me perception with advantage because of that previous roll.
Okay. Dog is very interested in my dice. Okay. Okay.
Let's see.
Okay, his perception is. Ugh.
That doesn't sound like it's one of the insane modifiers.
Ugh. Has a 28 sound?
Yeah! No. And to be fair, compared to quite a few tunes around, even among the detective agency, Jubilee is tall. You pick this guy out immediately. He's just standing on a street corner, has his guitar case open, and he's just playing right now, trying to get people to come by and drop coins. And let's see. Oh, Jubilee, my dear. Do you notice this horrible, terrible child who has come for you?
Can I roll a stealth for fun?
Sure! Roll some stealth.
It is also something he's not proficient in, but we'll see. Okay.
Who knows? The power of spite might fuel him.
Yeah, okay, wait, that was. No. No, he's not a good sneaker. He has good sneakers, but he's not a good sneaker.
Well, no. Yeah. You're trying to be stealthy, but Jubilee just has a vantage point and the music stops. And rose-tinted glasses look right at you, Camille. And Jubilee sighs. Oh, it's you.
Oh boy. Okay.
Nope, I think the show's over here. I have someplace to be. I am not going to deal with you today. No. No. No, no. Don't you have something to be doing? Don't you have homework or something?
I'm mentally debating if I should say the thing or not. No! Iggy! That was my mouth. uh, Alright. As you're saying that, Camille's just gonna walk up to you with with a big old grin. Like, Arere? I didn't know you were in town, mister.
Well, I do move around a bit, and this happened to be a stop. Are you... Seriously, kid, what are you... I'm genuinely... Don't you have something better to be doing? I'm a little busy here.
Uh, Camille is still smiling up at you. I'm gonna see how innocently he's doing this.
Yeah, we'll see. I
Oh.
think Juby should roll some insight as well.
Um,
Just because he doesn't trust this kid.
I'm so sorry.
How innocent are you being, Camille? Yeah, you're
The
being
most
very innocent, Camille.
The
Oh.
most, baby.
He is the most baby, and Jubilee is very fooled. Oh. Yeah.
Of course this kid just walked into you on accident. He's 6.
Mm-hmm.
What were you thinking about?
You're here. This is where Camille presumably lives.
Yeah, he even does a little trip on the sidewalk as he stumbles on over to you. Just a very innocent little child.
Yeah. Jubilee. He looks at you, Camille, like he's sus, but he just can't place it down. Ugh. Maybe the kid did just happen to walk this way. It's not like it's not a place that Jubilee's really been before. He doesn't really come around here often at all. So probably it could have just been chance. All right.
And Camille is doing a big old grin because, like, it's the weekend.
Yeah. So let's see. Just for flavor. Are you thrown off at all, my dear Juby, by this appearance of the child while you are still trying to obtain money? No, you are not. No, you're not. He paused a minute, but Camille, you do see, as opposed to, well, in Arvendow, he was a bit bumbling, but you can figure, yeah, that guy was just really tired. He was having a bad day. Because playing his guitar, it's surprisingly pretty good. Almost like this might be the thing that he usually does instead of going around and solving mysteries.
Wow. Imagine
Someone who
doing something
doesn't, who isn't a
besides that.
detective? Can't believe it. Couldn't be me.
Yeah. Let's see. I'm looking at his lore and trying to figure out how he would do this, and also what I should roll for that. You know what? Yeah, let's do that one. It would be nice if you got off my arm so I could actually use it, little man.
The dog just wants to play D&D too.
I swear I'm gonna
Wants
have
to be
to
part of
put
it.
in a cameo note for you. Come on, sit. There. Okay.
Let's see. What is Camille doing? Aside from innocently just listening to the music, he's just walking home. He's having a day. It's weekend. No school, nothing to do, no cases right now. That's a 15 for something.
Yeah, that was to see, that was to see how long he actually follows along to the beat, and with a 15 he's actually doing pretty well. He doesn't seem to realize that he's actually, like, kind of started tapping his foot in time to it, but it's fine.
I
He's just
think,
vibing.
yeah, I think Jubilee does just naturally pick up on that because he's a performer. This is what he's used to. He's tries to read a crowd like instinctively, so you can kind of see, oh, hey, all right. And well, he was gonna try and chase the kid off, but okay. Okay, he can tolerate the kid. He can tolerate the kid for now. It was probably just, late night kid was being weird in Arvendow. Had to be why. Little kids, when they're up late, they're bratty.
Yeah,
Had
they
to be
just get
it.
weird. I mean,
Right.
I know when I was 6, I was planning complicated little plots to break an orb.
Yeah, definitely. Pondering orbs at 6. Very, very difficult.
Just normal 6-year-old things.
Yeah, but it does go on for a little bit, and then so you seem fine. You got back here all right on your own. Good. I hope you didn't miss school the next day. That did go a bit long. Bit of a walk from here to that train station.
Camille kind of just, uh, he does break out of the, he kind of, words come to me. It does take him a moment to, like, process your words, as he kind of snaps out of it a little bit. And
Hmm.
then he's kind of just smiling at you, cause like, oh, don't worry, I made it to school just fine. And I have to roll 2 different things here.
Oh.
Okay, yeah. Well, that one, uh, uh, as he's talking to you, he
That's a
kind of,
5.
as he's talking to you, he kind of sort of misses the beat, and there is a little bit of a flinch before he doesn't start up again after that.
Hmm.
All right. Uh, and that is an attempt at deception, but he's
Let's see.
uh
How That's a little bit better. Let's see if we can actually manage to get some insight. Jubilee. Nope.
oh no.
Nope.
Uh,
Nope.
I will
Oh, you are
politely look.
fooled by this child, Jubilee. You are fooled.
I
How?
politely look away. You can
Yeah.
you can try it again. I'm looking away. What roll? There was no roll.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Just hang on a second.
There you
There we go. Yeah.
go.
It's, they're just it's that rhythm game moment where they're both just really focused on it and he didn't notice at first. It's like, hey, hang on. 1 sec.
Yeah.
So he notices that flinch and
He also notices that because the deception was also to see how good he lied about the school. Uh,
mhm.
he totally fell asleep in class.
Oh, well. Hey Camille, you want to roll some insight real quick? Just for funsies. Just for funsies.
uh, well, is this an insight versus a deception or just a standard insight?
Just a standard, let's see how quick you pick up.
In
Yeah,
that case, it's only a 12.
it's not that hard. It's really not that hard. Jubilee looks very smug. He saw through you. He picked up on that. And that grin of his stretches very wide. And it is very much a gotcha. Mm-hmm. You got back just fine. Didn't have any trouble in class at all. Nothing with school. It's a bit far, isn't it? Hmm. You
Just
know,
bully.
yeah. I really let me give you a bit of advice, kid. Just coming from someone who has to be very good at keeping a straight face and keeping their lies together. Don't try and fool a gambler. I think you need to learn that.
Camille actually snorts at that.
It's a bit of a head tilt and eyebrow raise from Juby. What's so funny?
Usually people say that about detectives.
I've managed to avoid most of them, and, well, considering I'm looking at one who's 6 years old, who really didn't understand the value of something like, oh, let's see, making sure that a mark wouldn't be suspicious of us snooping around her house, who just wanted to go snooping while we were obviously outsiders and, would have really been the only ones to point the finger at if anything was out of place. You know, not like there's something important, like a distraction, which we did manage later, so I think you did get that one. But he's just, there is so much sass in him right now. Just consistently, like,
Rogue on
listing
rogue
things
violence.
off. Yeah.
Yeah, Camille, let me roll. Let me roll something.
Mm-hmm.
He manages to keep his composure.
It's fine.
You're welcome to do an insight if you want to, but
Why not? We'll see. We'll just see how
funsies.
well these two bully each other. Nah.
Nah.
Kid's doing fine.
Yeah, he's kind of just looking up at you. He tilts his head with his big innocent baby eyes. like uh like you'd be surprised what 6-year-olds get into.
Oh. Well, I mean, I have an idea. This is Inkwell. What, you're not getting into anything stupidly dangerous, are you? And I need to roll something, considering this is something I have been definitely paying attention to. Oh! Mm! Mm!
The
Oh, Juby.
absolute difference in these rolls.
That's fine.
As you say that, Camille kind of just he gives you a little smile, like, of course not.
Mm-hmm. And Jubilee, who was clearly aiming for mocking indifference as his previous tone had been, Camille, you do pick up that there's a bit of genuine concern there. Like, a bit more than you'd think for some stranger who you just met that one time and then knowing he caused problems for you.
Oh god, it's the found family again.
Oh no.
Uh,
I simply shrug. Maybe.
man,
No, definitely not.
it's
We don't
fine.
know.
Kind of just takes note of that. He's probably not too surprised from it, because, like, 6-year-olds get a lot of leeway concern-wise, as opposed to maybe other older, more capable people.
Yeah, it's like Pokemon rules. You gotta be at least 10. At 10, you can go out and adventure. You're fine. Before then, it's little bit iffy.
Yeah. Especially when you're a 2'8" 6-year-old.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah. Speaking of, Jubilee is looking down at this kid like, are you just, hang on a second. This is gonna hurt my neck. Ugh. If you're going to just be here and pester me. Hey Camille.
yeah.
Camille, do you want to roll a strength check?
Yes. Because he is so good at that.
Let's see. We're gonna
Oh
do.
no.
What did you get?
Can I
What
argue
did
for
you get?
disadvantage?
Sure. Because you don't really know what he's gonna do. You couldn't possibly expect what's going to happen here. Definitely not. Oh, Dice Parser. Stop bullying Jubilee. Let him do this. Let's see.
Oh,
Oh, Dice Parser, let him do this.
I'm looking away. He's 2'8". He
Mhm.
he weighs like a bag of grapes, okay?
Yeah, if we're
Uh,
allowing this.
'Cause
Oof.
come on.
Yeah, rule of funny. For
Yeah.
the sake of rule of funny, Camille, you are not expecting this. For one, you're definitely not expecting for the whole guitar to suddenly just vanish up this guy's sleeve. Because that doesn't seem possible, but might click, oh wait, hammer space, and then you're being picked up by the scruff like a kitten and held up at eye level with Jubilee.
Camille does kind of go like, "What? Hey!" And as he's brought up to your face, he's just like, "This really can't be more. Is this really more comfortable?"
Yes, actually. I mean, well, for one, I don't have to look all the way down. And secondly, it's very funny. So, yes. Because now you just get to dangle a bit here, and he's, you know, you know how in that gif of the guy just wiggling the ferret around as he talks? Yeah, that's what's happening to you, Camille.
Oh my gosh.
No, because you see, this is, for one, very entertaining to me. Secondly, I don't have to look all the way down there. Thirdly, you've been, whatever, you're 6, you can stand here. You've been quite the little shit. So I think it's probably better that you're picked up right now before you go and get into some other chaos.
Camille's gonna take a moment and I hate your stats, buddy.
How
And he's just like,
you
he,
doing, bud?
yeah, he kind of just looks at you like, I'm not a case magnet.
mm, some part of me just feels that you seem the sort to go poking your nose about in places that you really don't belong. And, well, considering the fact that you're sticking by me for more than 3 minutes, let's be honest, chances are there's something, probably bad luck, going to come about. So, you are going to get dropped back off where you probably belong, and I'm going to wash my hands of this matter and not have to deal with you anymore.
You have a pouty 6-year-old on your hands.
Yep. That is one look, and then it is, again, that smug look of an elder sibling. Just, I know I'm gonna go and tell.
I would roll
So,
for an unarmed attack, but with his strength it would do negative damage.
roll for it just for funny. For the sake of funny.
Alright, I'm gonna do it at disadvantage because I'm pretty sure that's how grapples work. And this is technically a grapple.
Yeah.
Okay. Alright. Well, he's full of rage apparently.
Camille's patience has run out with this beanpole.
I'm pretty sure unarmed attacks are
That is a 15, meets it, beats it.
well, it's with disadvantage, so 14.
14, oh boy, yeah. You almost get him. You almost do, but the thing is, you're just like a hair's breadth away. You are just held at the right distance that you just whiff. It's so close.
Oh.
It is so infuriatingly close.
He hates
And there
this.
is just that glint of Jubilee's glasses as he just oh, that's so cute. Well, come on. Let's
Actually,
go.
since we're in
Yeah?
close contact right now, you wanna roll investigation?
Oh, yeah. Sure, why not? How good are you at that? Yep. You're great at that, Jubilee. You're a very smart lad. Yes, you are. This is what you're definitely meant to be doing. That's a 10.
I'm so sorry. Yeah, the only way you're gonna get that lore is if you take his hat off.
That's fine. That's fine. Jubilee's probably against digging deeper into people's facades for his own reasons.
Yeah, so it's fine.
Yeah, this is just a very unruly child who is very reminiscent of an angry kitten to him.
Yeah. He's very much an angy little kitten. The hat would not fall out. The hat is attached with bobby pins.
Yeah, no shaking the hat off. We do not shake the Camille like maracas. No. But Jubilee has started moving and is heading on a path that is definitely going to take you back to the detective agency.
Yeah.
Where you can assume, Camille, your fun is going to end. Because already this guy spun one convincing story about you causing problems. Chances are he's probably going to do it again.
Yeah, he is crossing his arms in an angry little pout because he hates this. He absolutely hates this.
Oh, don't give me that look. You brought this on yourself.
I just showed up.
And then you stuck around. Honestly, you're this kid, you really don't have a good sense of danger. I mean, you're hanging around a villain. That's kind of stupid, kid. Just a bit. I don't care how smart you think you are as a detective. You don't hang around someone who's obviously not on the right side of the law.
He's kind of just staring at you right now with like an expression of pure disbelief.
What?
And he's actually gonna do a fun little insight. For
Go
funsies, of
ahead.
course.
Go ahead. Just for funsies.
Oh,
Definitely for funsies.
oh, that was painful to watch. My dice, like, it did the thing where it, like, hung on to one edge for just a little bit longer between an 18 and a 4. And guess
Oof.
what it landed on?
The 4. Did it? Yeah.
Yeah.
What were you trying to get with that insight?
Mostly just, like, he does not for a second believe this guy is an actual villain, at least by his standards, so he's trying to do a little insight to, like, see if he missed something.
Well, Camille, you see that he genuinely believes what he's saying. He genuinely considers himself a villain and what he's saying, and again from before, because that nat one, yeah, there's still like that bit of this kid is reckless and god, someone has to do something and nobody's here to keep an eye on him, so I guess I have to be the responsible one again. Why me? I'm the bad guy. This is not my job. I'm not supposed to be doing this.
Yeah. Yeah, his expression of pure and utter disbelief just grows.
All right, your face is going to get stuck like that if you keep looking at me that way.
Camille kind of just. He shakes his head a little bit, like, yeah, no.
Pardon? What do you mean, no? You're going to keep your face that way. You want it to look like that. It's not a good look.
And Camille, he does a little chuckle, like, I have a really hard time believing that you're a villain.
Ooh. Okay. Oh dear, how well do you hide this? Ugh, you're rolling so low, Jubilee. Why? This is fine.
Child has him
Yeah.
off guard.
Yeah. And I think you said when someone's trying to deceive you, that's what, you have a base of 18?
Uh, yeah.
Yeah, no, you pick up that there's a flash of almost insult and confusion. Like, what do you mean you don't believe me? What? Huh? So, come again on that? What? No?
Yeah, Camille just waves his hand dismissively, like, a villain wouldn't care whether or not a kid got hurt.
There's. Mm. He stops. Like, literally just dead stop. And there's a moment where, yeah, the outline of his eye that's always there in his glasses just kind of fades for a bit as he, like, processes that you said that. Like, hang on. And then he stops and shakes himself and, like, ugh, different sorts of villains, kid. There's different sorts, all right? No, I'm not. All right, so I won't hurt a kid intentionally. But that doesn't make me a good person just because I'm not gonna punt a child. Honestly, I could just drop you and kick you like a soccer ball. You're so small. What's wrong with you? I wasn't even that small when I was your age. Is it because you drink so much coffee? That stunts your growth. You need to stop that.
Okay, um, okay, I do need to roll something.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. He's. That was. Yeah, he's. Yeah, so don't worry about that. No, wait, that was a 13 plus 3, not plus 6. No, wait, that's it's a 13 plus
Hold up.
4. I'm
Numbers
very
hard.
bad. Numbers hard. So that should be a 17. Yeah, no, he's fine. He's fine.
Press X to doubt.
It's
Press
fine.
X to doubt. Nope, he's fine. Kid's fine. Jubilee, my goodness, you have not... outside of performance, you have really not rolled above 10.
Yeah,
Oh my. Nice
I
parser is bullying Jubilee.
am so sorry to Juby. But yeah. No, he's fine. And he kind of just tilts his head a little bit, like, well, decides not to say that one line, and instead shifts over to, you're kind of sort of going out of your way to make sure I'm safe. That's a little bit more than not drop kicking a kid.
I'm removing an annoyance. That's what I'm doing. I'm not going out of my way to make sure you're safe. This is, you're bugging me. I'll make less money if there's a pipsqueak hanging around me. Because, contrary to popular belief, cute kids don't bring in more cash. And thirdly, well, for one, it's very fun to shake you around. And he, again, does so. Just rattles Camille.
There's a little.
So, no, this isn't for your benefit. This is purely for my own. All right.
Pressing X to down.
Go ahead, press X it out.
Alright.
Yeah,
I guess I'll roll X to doubt.
Yeah, I suppose I should as well, because he is... Nope. He is lying.
Yeah.
Somewhat. To some degree, he's not completely lying. Yeah, with a 21, you can definitely tell. He's not completely lying. He is... What he's saying is true. He is annoyed by the fact that you're there. He didn't want you to come hang around him, and he does think he's gonna make less money if a detective is hanging around him. But yeah, no, it's not wholly selfish. It's definitely not. You've got a beat on this guy, and yeah, he cares. Much to his chagrin, he definitely cares about not having a kid just hanging around him.
Yeah. Unfortunately for him, he was on the money about this kid having no sense of danger. And basically, as long as you haven't killed anyone, you're fine in his book. That's how low his standards are.
As far as Camille knows.
As far as Camille knows. It's fine. It's fine.
Sure. So, it's just this momentary stare down of Juvie trying to impress the fact that I'm not nice. I'm very not nice. And Camille just does not believe him at all.
I'm so sorry to GB. This kid just... He's not taking it. He's not buying it. His standards are too low. And he kind of just, does a little shrug like, kind of not making any money at all by doing this.
You have to take some losses in order to make more gains. That is a bit of how card games work and gambling and all that, and that does seem to be a theme in my life, so we'll take this loss and gain it back. So, and he is moving a little more quickly now. Like, this kid.
I'm so
What is
sorry
wrong with
for
this kid?
many things, honestly.
Mhm.
Camille kind of just makes a little noise, and he is quiet for a little bit before he kind of looks up at you like, so why did you send that letter?
That gets a very wry grin, because it's like, I figured. Well, I was hoping to keep you a bit occupied, because I knew a certain little nosy brat would come and bother me, because he's like that, from what I gathered, in Arvendow. So I was thinking perhaps your guardian would be responsible away from the big bad villain. But clearly, that didn't work.
Camille kind of just puts up a finger like, one, Wario's not my guardian.
What?
She's not. I'm an apprentice at our agency.
Close enough.
It's really not.
All right. Then would she not have informed your guardians? Guardians, whatever.
Alright.
That's an extended pause. Oh no. Oh dear. Oh dear. Okay, let's see. Dice parser, will you please let me roll well? Please let Juby insight something for once.
Oh no.
No, we do not let Jubilee incite anything. No.
I'm so sorry. This kid is very,
Hard to read.
he's very particular about his secrets, which is why he was laughing about Juby's little comment earlier.
Mm-hmm.
And he's kind of just casually like, yeah, she has.
Then again, my concern comes up. Why no one yet? Ugh. You are insufferable. You're completely insufferable.
Camille,
The sooner I get rid of you, the better.
Camille grins at that, and his glasses kind of do the little anime shing for a moment.
He recognizes that. Yeah, it's like, ugh. And there is a definite, just deadpan look. Because, yeah, Juby can read that real well.
Yeah, it's very obvious. He's proud to be called insufferable. This is not the first, nor will it be the last time.
Nope. Mm-mm. Well, fine. Then I suppose that Moria isn't your guardian or whatever, at least a responsible adult. And you'll be there, and then you'll be out of my way, and it will be fine, and no one's going to let you keep getting into trouble or whatever. Seriously, that street was near. Why? What is with you? What is with you? Rattles this kid. He's just. He's so done. He's so done with you, Camille.
Camille's. Let's see. Oh, you're gonna have a. Finally, a break for Juby.
Yeah. That's a 13. Oh. Let's see. Will you be able. Jubilee, my dear.
No! I look away.
This
I look
person
away.
is so mean. We thought Camille was gonna bully Jubilee this game. No, it's Dice Parser.
Okay.
There you go. That's a little better. That's a 23. What is wrong with this child? just take him and just shake him a few times, like you're trying to, get the snacks out of the vending machine.
Camille, he smiles like, what do you mean, what's with me? But from the way you can tell from the look in his eyes and kind of the little bit of strain to his grin that there are many layers there. like,
Ugh.
like he's thinking. He's not thinking of any particular baggage. He's just acknowledging, like, oh, there's so much baggage.
Jubilee sees this, looks at you, Camille, does in fact drop you. And you're fine. You're not gonna take any damage from that, let's be
I'm
honest.
gonna make a dex save for funsies.
For funsies, how do you land? Do you land with style, or is it a little bit of a stumble?
Alright, I gave myself disadvantage, so it is a little bit more of a stumble.
Yeah. He has clapped his hands in front of his face and just concern about this kid. Look, I doubt we have time to unpack all of what's with you. Let's be honest. Considering, again, villain, the fact that you apparently can't tell when someone's a villain and dangerous. And
Camille
the fact
snorts
that
at that.
genuinely, kid, really. I mean, you don't know anything about me aside from one encounter. You don't. Who knows? I could have blown up a city or something.
Camille just shrugs like, you could, but you don't really seem like the type to.
What do you mean by that? I absolutely could. I know my explosives.
And he tilts his head like, oh, so you'd be blowing up an empty city?
No, I could blow up a city with people in it. Let's see. Yeah. Probably. Oh. Hey, Camille. You actually have to roll some insight if
Oh
you want to see through
boy.
that one.
Now it's Camille's turn to be bullied.
Let's see. Do you recognize what's supposed to be danger? No, Camille, as far as you know, that pause was a yeah, no, I could. I definitely could. This guy, as far as you can tell, probably would.
He,
I,
he does squint a little bit at that still, because, like, he's still going a little bit out of his ways just to remove child from perceived danger. But
people have limits.
yeah, he is slightly off put now, but it's just like, he shrugs at that. Like, then I guess you wouldn't care if I, went running into traffic?
He pauses a moment, considering. No, because that would be on you. That's your own fault for going running into danger like an idiot because you're going away from anything, any common sense. That's disregarding complete common sense, in which case I do, yeah. Go on.
Oh. Um. I do not like what he's giving me right now. So. Oh, okay.
Yep.
We're going for the stupid route.
Oh no. And Jubilee's keeping his poker face right now.
Yeah, Camille just gives a little shrug at that, like, okay, and just starts walking off.
Wait. Are you seriously doing this? Kid, are you seriously doing this? You just go. Oh, Juby.
And he's ignoring you. He just takes out a little soccer slash football, depending on what region you're from, and just starts casually dribbling it along.
Oh, Juby. Juby. Let's see. Can you pick up on what this kid is trying to get you to do?
I'll roll a deception.
Yeah, go ahead, roll deception.
Okay. Okay, that's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, this kid is absolutely trying to bait you into admitting you care. He is a little bit serious, though, about getting close to a busy road.
Yeah. He sees this, and you do need to roll something, Juby. Yeah. Let's see if you make this for yourself. Shaky. But he stops a moment, crosses his arms, and taps his foot like he's waiting for Camille to, come on, knock it off. I see what you're doing here. I've caught on to you. But he waits, and he waits, and finally there's something that's off about him for a moment before he definitely, like, a little quicker makes his way over again. Like, okay, fine. You proved your point. You proved your point. I know what you're doing there.
And Camille does actually come to a stop. He's still messing around with the soccer ball, though. Is kind of purposefully not looking at you as he bounces it on his head, like, and what was I doing?
Kid, you weren't sneaky, trying to bait me into following you or stopping you.
But it worked.
Again, self-preservation. Last one there. I'd like to not be the, prime suspect in a case of a kid walking into getting hurt. I'd like to keep the law off my tail. Thanks.
And Camille kind of just shrugs, like, I don't know. The police are pretty incompetent. You could just say you weren't at the scene.
I'm not worried about the police. I'm worried about your little friends at the detective agency.
He kind of just he stops and he was kind of going in a rhythm before, but now he's kind of missed the beat again, and there's another little finch as he's just like, oh, yeah, right.
Yes, that is a thing I have to deal with, though you may disregard. So let's get away from the street and back to where we should be going, please. No more risking your life like that. That's so stupid. Why do children have to do that to prove a point? Completely needless. It only leads to horrible things.
We're notoriously stubborn.
To their own detriment. consistently to their own detriment. Children are stupid and reckless.
And you actually get a bit of a laugh out of Camille at that.
You
as
think you're funny.
and he kind of just shrugs like, yeah, you're right. And he will not elaborate, but you can do insight.
Yeah.
He does. I shake this child.
Yeah. Mm.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a 21. Okay. Oh, that is fitting. Oh, goodness, that is fitting.
Yeah, he is genuinely, like, laughing at that, and there is, like, the smile on his face is pretty easy, and there's mirth in his eyes. He looks a little bit tired, but it's more like he's thinking of other people, specifically his classmates, doing
Oh.
stupid stuff than he is thinking of himself.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And he rolls his eye in the lens and shakes his head. You're willing to walk into traffic to prove a point, kid.
I was going
Does make.
close to it, not in it.
Would you? Really? If I had stayed back there, would you have stopped? Don't lie to me, kid.
Camille, lying. Yes.
We need 2 rolls here. That's an 18 to see through the lie. And he's fine.
It's fine.
Unless you'd like to try and roll some insight on Jubilee.
Oh, would I? Oh.
Oh. Oh. That's a nat 20. Yeah.
So,
He sees through you, Camille.
rogue on rogue violence.
Yeah. He sees through you. He can tell that you're lying, that you would have, but you see right through him. And you can tell he's hunched his shoulders, crossed his arms, and he, since you went walking into danger to prove a point, he's been very unsettled and keeps like shifting his shoulders and like adjusting them a little bit and like fidgeting with his coat. There's a lot of that, and it's kind of like almost like something on his back is bugging him. And he is unusually stricken by what you did. Beyond just, you can, figure that some of the people that you've met, the more, the responsible adults around that don't want to get hurt, you can tell they'd be concerned, and he's concerned too, but this seems a little more personal almost. Not like it's wholly related to you. Because that's a 30. You get a lot. You get a
Yeah.
lot from this.
I I shake this child. This horrible little child. So much wisdom that he doesn't use.
Mm-hmm.
And he kind of he does soften a little and tilt his head like, you okay?
Are you okay? No, we'll keep rolling with how it is. I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm fantastic. I'm great. Not like kids stupid and ridiculous, and you are caring. I'm fine. I'm fantastic. And he starts walking ahead, and Camille, roll perception.
Okay.
You could argue investigation, I suppose, if you get
It's the
closer.
same. It's the same.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
And it's a dirty 20, because he's disgusting and horrible, and I hate him.
That definitely makes both. Camille, you're behind him. And you can see, because again, already when you were being carried, you learned that Jubilee definitely talks with his hands. He gestures a lot and is very animated. You clock two things. Firstly, there's two lines that are stitched up on the back of his coat. But they don't act like they should if they're on a coat. Like he's moving his arms up and down and gesturing in his frustration, but the lines don't move right. Like they're almost not part of the coat. And you also notice something else weird. You notice with his line art, it looks like it was torn at the back of his neck. Like, UPA tunes can have gaps in their line art, but this doesn't look like that's supposed to be there.
Camille
He's not
making a
paying
mental
attention
note
to
of
you
that.
right now.
That's fucked up.
Yeah. Can't imagine what that could be. Pauses after a moment, like, are you going to catch up?
And Camille gonna do quick little deception, and it's just like, yep, right behind you. And kind of just picks up his soccer ball and puts it back in his hammer space, because we don't litter here. And
No littering. Look, we could commit many crimes, but littering, no, never.
No. Stealing? Fine.
Yes.
Breaking and entering? Fine.
Yeah.
Destruction of property? Fine.
Absolutely.
Littering? No.
No.
But yeah, so he stuffs it in his own hammer space and follows along not behind you, he goes up next to you. Is staying just out of grabbing reach.
Yeah. And he does, when you do catch up, he slows down a little bit, so you don't have to take as big of strides to keep up with him.
Yeah, it would take like 5 of his steps to catch up to one of GB's.
Yeah, Jubilee kind of like figured that out after a minute when in his frustration he like finally clicked that, oh, wait, kid, right. Tiny kid. He got used to just not having to think about that when he was carrying Camille around, and it's like, oh, wait, hang on.
But yeah, Camille's he's fine. Don't worry about it.
It's great.
He's totally not trying to slot this information in with the stuff he already has on Jubilee.
No.
And he can totally tell people that he knows things about them in a normal way.
Is he gonna say anything? Does he? Does this kid have the sense to not say anything? Or is he gonna be Camille?
Camille actually uses +4 wisdom for anything but fucking with people? Don't think so. Yeah, he's I will give Jubilee another chance to roll insight and investigation on this child.
Oh, Juby. Let's roll insight, because he actually has a bonus to this. How well are you doing? 17.
Yeah.
That'll...
Yeah,
Yeah.
this kid's thinking about something. And you've noticed that, again, he's very lost in thought right now. He's kind of lost in the sauce. And unconsciously his steps have fallen back into rhythm again.
Mm-hmm.
And I go and try the investigation. I believe in you, Jubilee.
Can he do something else, actually?
Oh?
So let's see. What would you have to roll to try and trip Camille? Would that be an unarmed strike, or
I'll give you
just...
unarmed strike because that's funny and probably easier than making him do a dex save because he is a rogue.
Mm-hmm. It's a 16.
Meets it, beats it.
Yeah. Camille, you are lost in the sauce. You are thinking. And Juby clicks it. He watches a little bit, sees the rhythm that you've gotten into, waits on a half beat, sticks his leg out so that you will trip.
And trip this kid does. I'm sorry, I just looked at Moss's nickname. But yeah, Trippy does. He. Yes, dog. Dog is yelling at me. What? I'm gonna be funny and I'm gonna roll performance to see how badly he eats it.
Please do. Please do.
He he eats it. And he. Why don't you roll perception?
Sure. Do you have any bonus to perception? You do! Good.
Nice.
That's right. You have some wisdom. You don't have much intelligence, Juby. It's a 16.
Okay, yeah, with the 16, you can absolutely hear him, mutter a soft little fuck.
My, such terrible language from such a small child. I would never.
Yeah, and you also notice that as he gets up, he doesn't go to like check himself first. He goes to make sure his hat is still on, and then his glasses, and then he checks over his body.
Mm-hmm. Noted.
And he gives you a little glare, like, you tripped me!
You weren't paying attention.
I was thinking.
About what? What had you so focused on something? Honestly, I could have just walked away and you would have not noticed.
Camille is patting just a little, like, I would have noticed. No, dog.
Would you? You didn't notice me obviously sticking my leg out to trip you.
Well,
I mean...
That's... I'm sorry, I'm being assaulted by my... Okay, he's contained.
Jubilee, again, like, gestures to himself, like, kid, you're barely above my knee. That was quite obvious what I did.
Well, tripping someone is a much faster action than leaving.
Is it? I can be very sneaky if I want to.
Camille is kind of staring at you like he wants to fight it, but you did sneak around that one lady, so he drops it, like, fine.
Go on, spit it out. What was eating at you?
And let's see. He's just gonna. Are you gonna be a little shit about this? Okay. Um, Let me roll deception, cause this. I'm so sorry.
This is fine. This is fine. That's 27 for our dear listeners.
Yeah, and Camille, he actually looks just a little bit let's say bashful. Suddenly the he's suddenly back in the child persona he
Mm-hmm.
had uh like that had kind of slipped a little bit earlier with him being a little shit and all.
And he
But
did swear. This innocent child would never swear.
yeah. Uh so yeah, but now he's very much back in his little child mode. Like, oh, maybe he does have some softness to him. He is only 6. Uh,
Hmm.
as he's just like, oh, I was just thinking about that scary crow lady. Or was she a raven? Oh no.
Oh, Juby. That's a nat 20. Of course, Camille could beat it if he wants to roll insight.
Well, give it a shot.
I think he could beat it.
No.
No.
No, that
No.
was an 8.
Yeah. Nah, Juby just raises an eyebrow. Doesn't react much, just like something seems sus. But no, I'm pretty sure those were crow feathers. I don't think, pretty sure not a raven. Those would be different. Ravens are a bit bigger than crows.
Yeah.
Apart
And
from that, why would it matter much? It's just what, she just had some fancy, flashy dress.
you know what? I'm gonna do another. Oh, fun.
Everything's fun. Camille's doing great.
He's doing his best.
Mm-hmm.
But hey, you have something very beatable now.
Yep, let's see. Julie, do you get a Yep.
Yeah.
He's been catching on to this kid. He's getting better at picking up on when Camille's been trying to pull the wool over his eyes.
Yeah, like, this kid is scarily good at deception for a 6-year-old.
He'd
Usually it's
almost
easy
be
to clock a
impressed.
kid.
Yeah.
Um,
Juby can almost respect it as someone who definitely needs to know how to keep your poker face and how to put on a ruse. He kind of respect that. It's a bit annoying that the kid keeps trying to do this to him, but it's kid's a good actor. He can acknowledge that. But okay, look. Again, you're trying to do the play cute thing, which again, I'm pretty sure you can fool most people. But if you keep doing the same old trick over and over and over again, stop working. Have you ever heard of the story of the boy who cried wolf? Bit like that. Where people just aren't going to believe you if you keep trying to tell the same story over and over again. So, for real, what were you thinking about?
Camille kind of looks away and he takes a moment, opens his mouth like he's going to tell you something, and then gives you a big old grin like, secret! And and turns around and starts moving again.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Yeah. He hums. Just shakes his head a bit, and outline of his eye comes back into his glasses from where it had faded. Sure. All right. Keep your secrets. And they'll keep going, and they're probably getting pretty close to Moria's place by now.
Probably.
So, I need to roll. Let's see. D1 thing happens, D2 it doesn't. Ah, interesting. So, Camille, you do notice just because he's so tall and it's really easy for you to see him, Juby does stop a very pointed distance away from Moria's place. Once you're within view of it, of course, but he stops, doesn't keep going like he has been before, where he was, trying to walk alongside you, keep an eye on you, because you are a horrible little gremlin.
Honestly, if Juby had left at any point, Camille would have literally just gone back to doing whatever he was doing beforehand.
Understandable. Yeah.
And Camille kind of just stops and looks back at you like, is there a problem?
Well, again, case in point, not exactly a good guy. And people don't typically like seeing bad guys around. And he points over to the detective agency building. Those sorts. I mean, I think I'd get a free pass once because they do know an associate of mine. He did help them out on a case once, but I don't think me showing up on their doorstep for anything more than dropping off a letter is welcome.
Camille's he's still kind of staring at you. Before this time he's not gonna pull any bullshit about it. Unfortunately, he is still an awful little Camille. Uh, and he's just like, so what did you do?
What do you mean, what did I do?
If you're a villain, then what did you do?
Oh, do I have to come up with a list? Oh, let's see. Well, of all the crimes, what do you want to know specifically? Let's be honest. And he's gonna start just like genuinely, it's probably dumb for a criminal to do what he does, but he does like almost bragging, start listing off his crimes. but I want Camille to roll insight.
Okay. Now it's Camille's turn to be bullied, but thankfully, or unthankfully for everyone involved, he has horrible little stats.
Yeah. You can tell, again, he's not lying. He has done all of these things that he's listing. Um, he has broken into places, he's stolen, he cheated people out of money, he's of their life savings and left them destitute. He's done all of these things, but none of them are really twigging that same kind of genuine I'm a bad guy kind of thing that you've seen him before. None of these seem to be the reason why he considers himself a villain. Which
And
you'd think for someone who's so proudly listing what would make a, pretty decent villain for all of his crimes, it's definitely a bit of a smokescreen. Like, let me throw all this information at you thing.
yeah, and Camille's kind of. It's pretty obvious that he's not fully convinced. Because, like, again, his standard is have you killed anyone? Um, and he's kind of just, well, I mean, a lot of those are bad, but don't really seem that serious.
Mm. Kid, I think we have established that your level of understanding danger isn't good. Like it's a little off.
Camille does frown at that.
Mm.
I mean, you're right, but he's not
Yeah.
happy about it.
Yeah, no, you definitely tell he doesn't want to say it. Again, I'm not going to make you roll for this. He clearly does not want to say it. So,
And after a bit, Camille does kind of just sigh, like, well, it's getting late.
go on, kid. I've taken up enough of your time and you've certainly ruined my hopes of making a profit today.
uh, I shake this child. Like,
Oh no, what is Camille gonna do? What
he's
is the little gremlin?
actually, in a surprising turn of events, gonna be nice for once.
What? Camille being nice?
I know! Um, and he kind of gives you a weird little smile, like, well, if we run into each other again, and from the way he says it, you know it's a certainty that you're gonna see each other again. Uh,
Yeah, he does not look thrilled by that. I'll
uh,
tell you that.
yeah.
It's very obvious he's like, oh god, no.
If we run into each other again, I can treat you to a meal or something to make up for it.
Hmm. Yeah, he just takes a second, takes a beat, but rolls his eyes and like, yeah, whatever. Tucks his hands into his pockets and sure. All right, I'll hold you to it.
Gonna roll insight on that. Yeah, he's not beating it.
No.
No.
In a turn of events, he's caught on to how to deceive Camille.
Yeah. It's fine.
No. With that, Jubilee will.
Uh,
What were you gonna say?
if Jubilee is leaving, Camille is going to say one last thing because he's not allowed to not. He has to choose violence again at some point after being nice. Uh, uh, and I mean, he's trying to be nice again, but he's
He's
still
trying
choosing.
very hard.
Um,
Some
so
progress.
yeah, I'll just hit you with that once Juby's off.
Yeah, he does. After, hold you to it. Gives a bit of a half bow. Again, not really taking his hands out of his pockets. And does turn on his heel and start heading back the way they came.
Yeah, and after a few steps, you can hear, uh, can hear, you can hear Camille say, "I'm not a fan of crows either." And then he also turns around and walks off.
And with that, I think we leave it on Jubilee just looking back over his shoulder and his eye just narrowing at Camille, but he moves away a little bit quicker into the evening.
I'm so sorry to Juby. This child is terrifying.
He simply knows too much.
He knows too much
This'll
and
be
he does not know how to say it like a normal person.
Nope, this'll be fine. This'll be fine. Kid owes him food now.
Yeah, it's fine.
It's fine. And with that, for our listeners, I believe we will wrap this FPS up.
Yep.
Thank you all for listening. Goodbye.
Bye bye.